All right. How's everybody doing today? We've got a intense broadcast for the viewing audience. So we are at the dawn of a new golden age. I know you've heard me say this before, but it's really true. It doesn't seem like it, does it? Everybody's losing their mind. The world is gonna end. But the truth is that we are in a place where we were 500 years ago. And instead of like the Catholic Church, which was just kind of providing salvation, and it was also, the path to hell or the path to heaven, that's now been replaced by the oil molecule, the engineered oil molecule. And so you see this engineered oil molecule in MD-directed medicine. It provides salvation. And you see this engineered oil molecule as the end of the earth with the, global warming and the climate change and all of that ridiculousness. So it's pretty hilarious, right? Once you kind of figure it out and you look at the world through this lens, as we're just like in the Dark Ages part 2, the Dark Ages with indoor plumbing. But that's cool, because out of the Dark Ages came the Middle Ages, then the Renaissance and the Enlightenment, and we just boom, transformed to this totally new and cool world that we're in now, with all of the hot water and the showers and the toilets and the electricity. And so we're about to make that leap again. And so just to kind of show you how ridiculous this world is that we're living in, I'm going to present, let's give a nice round of applause. I'm going to present Dr. Wallach to you all. This is Dr. Wallach. This is the man. All right. So he's got a tremendous amount of stories that are just so incredible. If you're new to Dr. Wallach, the stories that he tells are just so power-packed. It's almost too hard to believe, but then you do the research and you find out, it's wow, this guy is incredible. So this is my guy. I've been following him for close, maybe a little bit over 10 years, a decade. And he's helped me transform my health. And it's I'm an experiment in motion, an experiment in progress. So let's listen to Dr. Wallach, where he talks about how MD direct. Okay, so this is just incredible. I'm gonna play you this video where he states, and he's from the CDC. He's reading an article from USA Today, and the numbers aren't his. They're from the CDC and these other government agencies, which state that doctors and hospitals in charge of our MD-directed medicine medical model kill, injure, and infect 15 million people a year. So let's give a nice warm welcome to Dr. Wallach, and let's see what my man has to say. Here we go.
And they say that each year in America, this is a yearly figure, each year in America, medical doctors kill, injure, and infect 15 million Americans in their workplace. Now, this means that they kill, injure, and infect 15 million American patients in hospitals and clinics. Now, how many of you would fly commercial airlines if you knew that they killed, injured, and infected 15 million passengers every year? Nobody'd fly. So why do people keep going to doctors? You get 5 bids to put a roof on your house. You put a sprinkler system in your yard. When you render it down to 2 of the best contracts, you take it to the Better Business Bureau or Angie's List, or Craigslist, and find out if there's any complaints about these guys before you sign the contract. You go to the same doctor for 10, 12, 15 years, 20 years, whatever they say you do. You don't even get second opinions or third opinions. I find that amazing. Well, let's kind of break it down, and let's look here. Of the 15 million killed, injured, infected, there's 2 million infections each year in hospitals alone. 2 million infections in hospitals alone. And this is because doctors don't wash their hands in between patients or after they go to the bathroom. They've been using an endoscope for 40 years. Excuse me. That has a design problem. It's been approved by the FDA for 40 years, and yet they kill people every month from residual infections, even though they clean it because there's a design problem. 2 million infections, 90,000 killed. This is yearly, a yearly figure. 2 million infections each year in hospitals alone, not clinics, just hospitals, and 90,000 killed. What would happen if North Korea or Iran were to send over an intercontinental ballistic missile with biological weapons, infect large population centers like L.A., Dallas, Texas, Chicago, places like Washington, D.C., New York, Newark, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Atlanta, infect these places with an intercontinental ballistic missile and a biological weapon and kill 90,000? It'd be war. We'd declare war on them. Well, here's one trade that does it every year in the workplace. They didn't even get an OSHA ticket. Nobody gets their license suspended for 3 seconds. Nobody gets a fine the size of a parking ticket, and certainly nobody goes to jail. And then also amongst this 15 million killed, injured, infected, let's look at injuries here. 1.5 million American patients are killed or seriously injured by decimal point errors just from prescriptions. Okay, these are decimal point errors by the prescribing physician or fulfillment errors by the fulfilling pharmacist. Is that crazy or not? Okay, 1.5 million fatalities and injuries, serious injuries. This is a yearly figure.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? 1.5 million fatalities and injuries just due to decimal errors in writing the prescription. Every year, 1.5 million deaths and injuries. And we went mental over COVID. Same amount of people died during COVID that die every year because of the flu. And so we just locked the entire world down. Wow, 1.5 million people a year are killed and injured due to simple clerical errors. How long can this go on? You know, how stupid are we to participate in something so unbelievably detrimental to our well-being? All right, so let's give a little bit more. Listen here to my man, Dr. Wallach. Here we go.
Another one I like is 15,000 seniors are killed each month. That's 180,000 a year by doctors putting them in the hospital. Excuse me, putting them in the hospital for minor procedures or diagnostic tests, screening tests like colonoscopic exams, x-rays, that sort of stuff, CAT scans, where they have to put dye in their veins and so on. 15,000 killed. This is from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Inspector General. Hello? And this is because the doctors want the money. It's the only reason. These people are, these little old people love their doctors. It's a social event. They say, Granny Ruthie, you're 80 years old and you haven't been in here for a few years. I really need to do some tests on you just to make sure we catch anything in advance so we can protect you. Oh, okay, thank you, Dr. Smith. And they put her in there. They do a colonoscopic exam. They puncture her intestine and kill her, in 3 days from belly infection. They did that with Andy Rooney from 60 Minutes. Okay? They killed Dick Clark from American Bandstand by doing a prostate procedure on him that he really didn't need. They killed our top astronaut, Neil Armstrong, with a elective cardiovascular procedure he didn't need. They're all seniors over age 65.
All right. Are you getting that? Are you getting that? 180,000 seniors are being killed by doctors over elective surgery that they don't need. Dick Clark, Andy Rooney, Neil Armstrong, killed by their physicians over a botched examination, right? We used to go and we used to kneel in front of the priest and open our mouths for the wafer. Now we go to the priest of the Green Cross and we bend over and he sticks a camera up our rear ends. Everything old is new again. All right, just one last infusion of enlightenment from Dr. Joe Wallach, and we'll call it broadcast. All right, so here we go.
Oh yeah, let's see, what was her name? Doug, that comedian, 81 years old.
I can picture her face. Yeah. One that had all the plastic surgery.
Yeah. Okay, she'll come to us in a minute. They killed her. She was 81 years old, and they anesthetized her and did one of these endoscopic exams, put it down her throat. 81 years old, in a storefront clinic without any backup. Okay, they killed her, and of course she's this comedian.
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers, thank you. There we go.
Thank
Joan
you,
Rivers, 81 years old. They anesthetize her in a storefront clinic without backup. Hello, and everybody gets a walk. And so this is why I want you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Transmission. And the whole purpose here is to learn enough to take care of yourself. Why would you want to put your hand in the people who kill, injure, and infect 15 million of their customers every year? Nobody goes to jail. Nobody gets their license suspended for 3 seconds. Nobody gets an ocean ticket. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. You'll learn how to take care of yourself, prevent diseases, reverse diseases. Why go to a doctor and get killed? You can do it yourself and live longer. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages.
All right, don't you love this guy? Don't you love Dr. Wallach? Why would you go to somebody who kills, injures, and infects 15 million people a year? Buy my book, Death of the Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease. No disease has ever been transmitted through genes, all right? This is what his book details. There's no such thing as original sin for genes. Your genes don't suck because they're human, you know, like original sin. You have original sin with in the religious sense. So I am down with the count, man. I'm doing my materials drop every day. The human body needs. Remember that scary periodic table back in chemistry class? That like, what's that table all about? Well, everything in the universe is made up of those elements, and you got them thrown down the cake hole, people. You're not what you eat, you are what you absorb. So you have to be conscious of your blood sugar. Me and Ben Fuchs talk about this every Sunday, the triangle of disease. Blood sugar, your adrenal complex, and digestive support. That's the triangle in which if those three things aren't working smoothly together, boom, you go into a vortex of chronic disease hell. All right. So that's what we're up to. This is the image. Come on, let's give it up. This is the image that AI produced, and the words are going to say 15 million people are killed, injured, and infected by MD-directed medicine. So I'll put the link of this video if you want to watch it, the Dr. Wallach, in the description. And all right, leave your questions and comments. And oops, there we go. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Au revoir.